Hi, this is Bill Watkins. We're coming to the end of James chapter 4. I want you to look at verse 17, where he says, "Therefore, to him who knows to do good and does not do it, to him it is sin." I want you to think about that. When he says therefore, you want to know what it's there for. It points you back to what was happening earlier. He says, rather than boasting about tomorrow, you should say, if the Lord wills, we will do this or that. And then he says, he who knows to do good and does not do it. In other words, always take the Lord into consideration no matter what you do. But there's a principle here that is really important. If you know that something is right, is good, and you do not do it, it's sinful. Did you know that sin is not just what you do, like going beyond cursing and lying and all the other things, but it's also what you don't do. There are people who need to be helped. There are words of encouragement that need to be said. And sometimes you know to do it, and you don't do it. When there is a good thing that needs to be done and you can't be counted on, he says, that's sin. I remember back in Numbers chapter 32, the children of Israel are getting ready to cross the Jordan River to go into the land of promise, when the children of Reuben and the children of Gad ask not to be made to cross over the river because they want to stay on this side where the livestock can be better fed. Moses condemns them for it, and when they realize what they've done, they said, we'll go in front and we will fight and we won't come home until everybody has their inheritance. Now I want you to start at verse 20, where Moses said, if you do this thing, if you arm yourselves before the Lord for war, and all your armed men cross over the Jordan before the Lord until he's driven out his enemies from before him, and the land is subdued before the Lord, and then afterwards you may return and be blameless before the Lord and before Israel, and this land shall be your possession before the Lord. Now look at verse 23. But if you do not do so, then take note. You've sinned against the Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out. The sin that will find you out is not just the sin that you do, but the good that you don't do. And that itself is sin. Today, there are many opportunities that God's placed in front of you. Please don't ignore them to do good. Thank you.